Is preparing live stream. Are we live? Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Let me see. Good evening. Or is it? Is it like 5 yet? Oh no, I came on a little earlier than I thought I would. Okay. It's still late afternoon. It is not a mistake in the title. No, it is not. Clavicles. And we have a lot more to talk. Clavicles. Well, that's one of them. The clavicle bone, which is the same thing as the collarbone. It's just the hospital theater's way of saying it. Just, oh, right. I have a few things planned. Yes, Joe is not with me. He is working. That is not what I meant to do. Why am I getting messages? We'll start shortly. I'm actually earlier than I thought, which is great. What did I do with it? Is it on the desktop? Yeah. Even this thumbnail that I'm putting up is not a mistake. Which says share as the boy that could. Share as the boy. Look, I got a lot of muscle. I work out. But there's a difference between a little Jewish boy dressing as a girl and a female. Who is messaging me all this time? Prayers for Mama Helen. None of it. I haven't been well myself. And that's why this is going to be slow. Mama Helen is like really bad off. She is not well at all. So send her some prayers, my friends, my patriots, my prayer warriors, right? Okay, back. Just do this, get this all set up. We'll start shortly. Go to schedule. Yes. I don't know. I don't know. Guys, please. What to tell you? You got to start to wake up. That's what's going on here. I'm surprised that I didn't sweat all this make. No, I'm kidding. I did the makeup prior to going out. No, after going out, excuse me. I got a lot on my mind and I am not feeling well. I've been having these headaches and they you like wake up with them and I wonder if anybody else is having them. That's why I'm going to describe them like this. And they're kind of heavy. They make you feel heavy. Not like medicine heady or anything. They're just heavy. And Dana had said on one of our shows a while back that they're putting something out there. Now, I believe like something to make us get headaches. And I believe that there are certain people still around in control. Otherwise, I don't understand why. And my husband mentioned it to me that Trump finally gave an executive order. He was like, boom, Trump did the right thing. TSA, you're not paying these guys, get them back to work. Executive order. I'm glad he told me about that. And it's like that's the way it's gotta be handled. You gotta be because these bad guys are still trying. And the thing with the planes is these people that have aircrafts, right? Like Boeing or any of them, right? Pan Am, I don't know who exists anymore. Well, John takes United. They have other aircraft, right? It's the private companies that do chemtrails. But where do they get the aircrafts from? Somebody makes them. I look very strange with like my hair up. Maybe I should put it down. I look very silver. It was intentional. It was intentional. Okay, let's. And Joe, if you're, I don't think you're watching because you're at work, but John said, "Don't talk about my boobies that way." Oh, Mama Helen says, still feels like shit. She's got a little therapy cat next to her. It's the mouse. It's Cindy. Cindy Mouse is next to her. She's always so good. Oh, she loves the brush. I sent the 24. Mama Helen has 6 cats. 2 are disabled. And I always send her a little bit of goodies every now and then, and mice with the catnip and um temptations, which I don't think are very good for them anymore, but they're green temptations. They're greenies. I guess they're for their teeth. And I sent her a brush that Winchester just love. Hawkeye, it's a little too spiky for Hawkeye. He's not. If I get like where he's very furry, because he's medium to short hair. Hawkeye's probably short hair, considered short hair. Well, Winchester is medium hair. He's like, love it. He's like, but the greatest thing about this brush, I mean, it's nothing special. It's bulky. That's why I thought the dog would be easier. But that's, oh, look. He loves it. Winchester loves it. You're gonna come to me, aren't you? Okay. We'll get to work soon, believe me. So, Helen, I hope you feel better. I hope the kittens enjoy it. Linda was on the other day. Now, I'm pretty sure she was mocking. I really don't care. I don't care. She didn't leave, and she listened, and then she said goodbye. So I really don't care. People could be people. Even if you think you're in the wrong place, I don't think you are. I had a friend the other day say to me, "Well, you're doing so good with all your fame." And I'm like, Fame? Well, he was a good friend, and he was kind of not being nice about this. And I'm like, what fame? Listen, I know artists back in New York. I know people. I never ever inch towards fame. It's not my thing. What I do, what Joe does, and I hate to use this word, but it's selfless. We're trying our best to wake you up. Now, I have a lot of problems. Like I have my anxiety since my 20s, and it destroyed a lot. I mean, but it also woke me up. It's part of the awakening. The anxiety is part of the awakening. Being sick is probably part of the awakening. I've heard everything from Trump is leaving in June for this awakening to in 48 hour excuse me, 48 hours, everything will be different, to Nasara is going to happen in 4 or 5 days. This shit's getting too crazy. I don't want to know the future. Stop, conspiracists. We know basically. We know basically. We can't have a discussion with each other. We have to wake up the people who are still sleeping. And I do this for the future of children that I don't even have. But I love kids. I love kids. Oh my God, do I love babies. Oh, I love them. I love pregnant women. I love everything about it. I decided a long time ago not to have children. There are reasons behind it. Um, but I am an anti-cat to many, 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 many children throughout their whole lives. Okay. It means that much. This world is crazy, guys. This world is crazy. So we are going to talk about a little bit about Rusty Dennis, Rocky Dennis, Cher. Oh, who was it? Was it Paramount? Damn it. I forgot. I knew I forgot to look up something. Like who actually put out Mask in 1985, starring Cher. There's so many conspiracy groups. What is going on with Jesse Ventura? People, he's been awake forever. He's an old man. He is not a Kamala Harris follower. You have to wake up now. They are called actors. Wrestling is the muscle man of acting. Wrestling is very important in the Middle East. They love it there. My husband pointed that out to me. It's important, not for today's discussion, but it is important. Um, Give me a few minutes, guys. There's quite a few things. There's quite a few things. I mean, it's going to be hard if anybody's in the chat. All right, I'll put this up right away. So you guys can ponder on your own for a little bit. I think I mentioned the other day that I had watched this video. It's, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes long. I don't even know. 20, 23. So I want you to look at Cher. It's just, I forgot. Shoot, who told me who the guy is, who the actor is? I can't remember. I could hardly give a shit. Um, but we all know Cher. This was one of her Academy Award winning movies, which made her into something. Just look at her for a minute. Just take a look at her. Yeah, Trump's the man. I don't see him leaving in June. You see all these predictions, they just I get why people are doing this, but it's still not it's not worth it. It's not worth trying to figure it out. Things are coming out slowly but surely. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell that Linda. I made the mistake of Isaac Asimov instead of, what was it, Alexander Astor, who was the inventor and scientist that died on the Titanic. But I had said that it was Isaac Asimov. I don't know where I got that from, but sure enough, on one of my news, or maybe it was Google, it pops up and I have a picture of it. So it's just proof of AI in every platform, right? I mean, that might have been Google. We'll check. We'll see it later. I think I sent it to myself. That's how I thinks I message myself. I text myself. Hey, Carolyn, what's up? Remember this code, okay? So pray for Mama Helen. I wish I could just be there. It's John's birthday. John! Burgess, happy birthday. God, we met on Larry Elder in comments or something like, I don't know. It's got to be 10 years now, John. Um, I'm bad with birthdays and such. I'm lucky if I look at Facebook every day to try. What I do on Facebook, since I find so many charities interesting, and since Trump is in interesting and important is what I kind of mean. And since Trump is in control, I trust more and more of them, even though Joe almost got hacked while we were on Zoom the other day. So if I see somebody with a birthday and a certain foundation, I think the last one was to autism, I'll just give $25 like that. I'm not making, whatever, a bit of money and maybe once or twice or even 3 times a month. And that's my donations. Sometimes it's Wounded Warriors, sometimes it's diabetes, sometimes it's for our furries. But at least I get a mix in. That's how I feel. My parents used to do Wounded Warriors, and I think were the kids with the diseases. Oh, the show on the tip of my tongue, right? John would know. Helen would know. Scheider? It's one of those weird words too. All right, so are we actually looking? There's a couple of people in the chat. Hey guys, thanks. Thanks for coming on. So it is called in the title Clavicles. I do have clavicles. Um, and I have Cher as the boy who could. Bizarre Truths and Clavicles, I think I named it. Because you must look at her bun. There are very specific differences between men and women. A man's clavicle starts at the shoulder. A man's clavicle is straight, like Cher's is. Okay. I shouldn't be sharing while I'm live because I don't know who puts up some stuff, but it's like, what is this naked man? Luckily, my contacts are old. I use these for distance. Sounds weird, right? But when I'm very picky. I'm telling you, I just took off my contacts and went blind for like a year. A couple of times I did that. I'm able to see great close up. I was able to see the computer a few feet away, and that was enough for me. I couldn't see distance, like watching the TV, which is fine with me because I don't watch TV. I do listen to things a lot, and I'll watch YouTube. I've always watched YouTube. I learned more on YouTube, so it was my mistake to not move forward on YouTube years and years and years ago. But I learned so much on YouTube. That's where I learned in 2006 that the military was 50 years advanced. More than that. It's definitely more than 50 years advanced. But what part of the military is the problem? The satanic military, the transvestites, the Moloch worshiping Satanists. Yep. Okay. I know it's hard and I know it's scary, but it's all very fucking true. And I'm going to prove to you that little old Cher is a little old Jewish boy. Because that's exactly what he is. He was just lucky enough to have a rounder face. And what they do with it, I see it sometimes, his apple, his Adam's apple. I do see it in some of the video. Because God knows I haven't watched anything with Cher since Mystic Pizza. Was that it? I don't know how old that was, but like maybe a rerun when I was a kid, right? Because I find all this, I mean, a girl my age that I went to school with And her husband went and saw Gaga and said, she never disappoints. And I'm like, looking at these pictures of a satanic fucking show. I couldn't say anything because people would think I'm crazy. I don't want these people because I can't force it in your face. It's got to be little by little by little. And that's exactly what Q and the government is doing, what Trump is doing, what our military is doing, what Junior is doing. Yes, Junior is alive. There's absolutely no doubt. That girl that I post sometimes, Anne Michelle's, I think that's her name. I didn't even know I was friends with her, and I'm like, wow, she's getting a lot of views, and that's great because she's got great material. I have no problem posting others' materials if I believe that they have substance. She proves and backs up her stuff as I try to as an artist. I don't know I could tell you go to my Facebook art groups, the two that I have, and take a look at the men and women that I have drawn from like when I was, I don't know, 18, 19, 20. And I had done it up until, I don't know, I've always done it. I would copy men and women on at one time on the internet, right? My husband never asked, why do you have a naked man in your phone? Because Jesus Christ, he was dating me while I was drawing them live. I don't know what kind of credentials you need, but my mentor's mentor, who was Professor Pavlov, was a student of Picasso. Craig Manister was my mentor. He still is in a lot of ways. I still check up on him and his sites and his artwork. He doesn't know, but I do. I might have surpassed him in a lot of ways. And I think that's what many artists want for their students. Sounds odd, but it's true. Of course. This is a man. The shoulders are completely straight. I'm big, and yet my shoulders are rounded. I'm a very broad girl. Like, I'm medium, I suppose. I'm not like huge, huge. At my thinnest, I might have been a size 6. And at my heaviest, a size 10. I'm probably like an 8 now. I'm just trying to give you perspective as an artist, right? I have nothing to lie about. You guys would never believe how much I weigh. I am very, very muscular. I always have been. You would never think for 5'5", I'm barely 5'5". I weigh more, probably close to my husband's weight, maybe 20 pounds less. John, do you remember the they always ask for donations with the children with the diseases, the diseases. My mother used to. It's gonna kill me. That's why I'm asking him. I'm live, by the way. You want to come say hi? Hi. Ooh, he's doing a lot. Well, we're trying to pack up and clean and do stuff too, get things fixed, and then I'll paint last. Right, John? Shriners? Not Shriners. It's something like that, though. Yeah, extremely well, yeah, well, I can't remember. I have all my shit set. I'm not, well, I could. I'm just too lazy. You don't have to tell the live show. Puppy's going walkies and they're taking out 3 bags. Let's see. I have timestamps. That's the one. Let's go to this one, 2233. And I'm gonna show you other pictures, believe you me. Here we go. Oh, I want one of those. I wonder if they'll work outside. Just for the computer, so I could have the computer outside. That's Rusty Dennis, Rocky Dennis's mother. It's very weird how I'm going about this, but I'm a weird person, so shut the fuck up. Right, Johnny? Right, girl. Okay. He usually agrees with me. Otherwise, I'm waiting for him to leave. It's a little annoying. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love it. I love it. We're getting shit done. Um, today I told John, I tell him little by little too, because it's not good. It's not easy for anybody. Now I've been dealing with this, I don't know, 10 years before I met John, longer, you know. But I did tell him, I said this morning, I don't know where it came from, but I said, it's Khazarians. It's the Khazarians. They're all Khazarian, and they came from the outskirts, and I always call it that, of Russia because they were probably prisoners. And then they took on the Jewish title as being, God's people, so they can do as they please. You can't touch us. We're God's people. And I said to him, I was about to say, because John really likes World War II, World War One, like he likes that kind of, or mob, or wrestling, or baseball. I mean, those are John's biggest interests, I swear. And so I'm like, think of it. And before I got the word out, he goes, that's why they say Hitler's Jewish. I was just like taken aback. I was just like, oh, yes, yes. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Do you understand? Do you understand? That's why they said he was Jewish. These people look a lot alike. They do. Cher is not regular. Well, the curly hair is very. Now, in this position, she almost looks female. This is how brilliant they effing are. They shrugged her shoulders. Look at how high those pants are. No, no woman really. I mean, no, I'm sorry. No, no. Even Melania at size whatever, 3 or 5, has a booty. This has nothing. Nothing. And it's the pants that make it seem like, well, no, I don't know. No, no. And there are women that don't have hips, but it's far and beyond. Okay. Now, her shoulders are crunching because of the way she has it in her pocket, which makes her collarbone, her clavicle, change direction a little bit, which makes her almost look more feminine. Not to me, because I could still see it up to the shoulder. Women's clavicles start about right after the shoulder. This is not a woman. Um, if she sat up straight, her shoulders would be. You see the sloop, the natural. She doesn't have it. It's very stiff. Men are stiff unless they're very fat. But this weight, trying to wake you up, trying to wake you up, trying to wake you up, trying to wake you up. This is a boy. It's a little boy. Everybody wake up. And let me tell you something. They don't say how much money she made. I know how much Rocky Dennis's mother made, Rusty. A whole $15,000. A whole 15 grand for a movie that made over 48 million back in 1985. It's worse because the movie, of course, like many frickin' Disney or Paramount or any of these Columbia, any of these movies, they chop up the real facts. They don't mention how much she makes, but let me tell you something. People that have to be tranny need to make a lot of money because it costs a lot of money to develop little boopers, right? To keep that voice calm and feminine. Smoking was a great way to make female voices a little more masculine. There's always a reason, my friends, always. So we don't know how much she made. We know that they, as whoever produced it, I'm sorry, I forgot, probably Paramount. We know they made at least 48, over 48 million. Rocky Dennis's mother, Rusty Dennis, sold the movie, sold the rights to make the movie to help her second son, which they don't talk about. I'm sure she talked about it with her son, or he might have already died at that point. He was probably, they probably made the movie after he died. His disease was so rare, I think only 6 people in the world was ever diagnosed with it. This poor kid. I think his name was Rodney Dennis, Rodney something Dennis, and he liked the name Rocky. He was very intelligent, but he didn't live past they said he wouldn't make it to 7, but he made it to I think almost 17. What thing? She wasn't even home when he died. He was in bed and she was out probably doing something. I think he was still alive. See, because I kind of remember reading that she was out negotiating. So the reason she had to give it to her second son, who was an openly gay writer in San Francisco, had AIDS. So the 15 grand that she made, this Brooklyn chick, she was a Brooklyn biker chick, a Jewish Brooklyn biker chick. I can't explain that. It's so, no, I don't know. I don't know how to explain that. So she, so she only got the 15,000. The son still ended up dying. I can't, Alex Dennis maybe was the older son. So this poor woman lost both sons. Um, she cleaned herself up totally because during this time she was still doing shit, drugs, and she cleaned herself up. I think she ended up moving to California and helped other abused, uh, counseled other abusers, drug abusers, and or stayed with patients in hospice, like that were about to die. So she dedicated her life to that. And then I think at the age of 70, she was still riding a motorcycle at the age of 70, but this had 3 wheels. And one of the wheels came off. She survived her accident, Rusty Dennis. She survived her accident, but ended up passing away from all the internal damages or something later on. Like it just, you're that old and you get into an accident like that. Sometimes you can live for years, but you just don't come back. That's why it's very dangerous for older people to slip and, you know, their hip, break their hip or something. Oh, it just freaks me out. I don't like broken bones, by the way. That's like, oh, I don't know. That freaks me out. Let me see, what else do I have? When do I want to do this? 1643. I wonder why. I don't remember. Ah, was I talking about bras? That wouldn't be abnormal that I talk about bras. I thought I did say something about my free potatoes, and John said, don't talk about my wife's free potatoes. Um, Something like that. Oh yeah, that's the other child. Maybe that's why I have it. Yeah. That's the one that died of AIDS, openly gay writer in San Francisco. I mean, well, of course, to make it in San Fran or wherever else. All right. So we're seeing it, right? They bunched her up in this one. I was showing you before, right? And I'm gonna even show you. I couldn't believe that I found it like that. He didn't even look like that, by the way, guys. He really didn't. That was like a nicer version of him. See, they bunched her up to make her look feminine. This is the real Rocky Dennis, my friends. What happens is that I believe it's the cartilage and the calcium. There's calcium buildup that spreads out the bones or something like that. I might be wrong. I mean, calcium, you guys know what calcium is, but and where it just put it it was inoperable. Let me not say that again. Inoperable. Um, but as you can see, it's not quite, I mean, that's humongous, this poor child. But he apparently had a very beautiful heart, and maybe I wanted to show you something here, huh? Look at this. There it is. I know it almost looks like a shadow, but but that's why they put the hair there. Because, in a scene that's so fast, oh, you wouldn't notice that. Take a look. I'm gonna take a look at this scene. I know it's small. Let me see. If my words did glow. I wonder if I can share this. Are they gonna sue me for a 1985 picture that they made so much money off of? Whatever. There's a reason I want you to watch this. All right, first of all, she's in denial. She wasn't home. She was out making a deal. Rocky Dennis was a huge Springsteen fan. Huge Springsteen fan. Couldn't they couldn't make a deal with Columbia Records to use his music, so they used Bob Seger. The kid didn't even know who Bob Seger was. I do. I love Bob Seger, but I mean, that's these fucking people we're dealing with in Hollywood. Now look at this. First of all, there's a fucking neck there, an Adam's apple. Second of all, a woman doesn't move like this. That's that's a man throwing. Okay, Fauci was a woman. Fauci was a woman. She couldn't throw. Look at this. No, 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 no. I could do that and make it look fucking Brooklyn ass mean, and I'd still look more effeminate than that piece of shit right there. That fake motherfucking little Jewish boy. No, I'm not trying to be mean. These are satanic worshiping pieces of shite. They sacrificed children, your children from Planned Parenthood, that they made you wait to get your abortions. You guys got to stop testing everybody else's patience. There are people that have been doing conspiracies for decades. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be like, it's just bizarre. Okay, so we have that in our heads right now. There's your Bob Seger. That Columbia, there it goes. But Universal, I told you, I actually went through this. This was the director or something. Um, I think it was the producer, the female producer is the only one that stuck up for what was going on. Hey, men, men. I have to look up Alame. Alami? Alami? I mean, for some reason, they seem to have all the pictures. I wonder if they have something to do with Q or helping us out. I don't know. I do remember them as an old um like I remember the Alame sign and like Getty. Getty was bad. All right. And I think the son died. There are no coincidences. Why would Getty Images the son die and then something I'm almost positive they are oh they're just disgusting people. Disgusting. And to have control of video photography, that's very, very, very important. Without it, we wouldn't have our history saved. I mean, come on, as much as printing did. So here it is, guys. Here it is. You see, females have sloping shoulders. Sloping. And again, I'm a rather muscular woman. Believe me, some of my girlfriends have been working out. Holy moly, I need to catch up. I still have another 10, 12 pounds to lose. I can't get off the chocolate. I do it for days and I'm like, no. But I do my workouts. So males, straight shoulders, thick, straight, longer clavicles, longer arms hanging straight. Big Mike. Big Mike didn't just have junk. Good boy drinking water. It is hot. What is it, like 90? I know it was snowing in certain parts of the country like just 3 or 4 days ago, and it's like 90 here in Jacksonville. Did he eat yet? Sloping shoulders, V-shaped clavicle. I kept telling you they come down, right? Shorter arms hanging akimbo. Akimbo. I don't know what an akimbo is, my friends. Let's pretend we know what an akimbo is. I would imagine it's that lower part of the clavicle. Akimbo. I mean, you can't make this up. See, it's between, you could see it's between the shoulder blade, right? There's the shoulder blade and what's the other part called? I can't remember. Scapula? Scapula? I don't know. Um, a humongous dip. It's a humongous difference. I don't care. I don't understand. Look, that's a dude. What's her name? What the fuck is her name? She's a freaking dude. Look, little Jewish boy. I'm telling you, the Khazarians, the Khazarians. Look at the big difference. Like I wish I was like 10 pounds lighter because then you could tell better on me. I have no, John, I have no shame showing my clavicle. Is that all right?
You're a kinky bitch.
Oh, I'm such a kicky bitch. Me and my husband, we've seen and been through so much that we just don't care anymore. We don't. No, we do. We care too much, is what it is. Right? Is that what it is? We care too much. You're New York, what? Like what? He went to visit our mayor in New York, went to visit Muslim prisoners in Rikers. Did he sit on the floor? He had a Muslim meal. Did you actually call it our New York? Aren't we Floridians? So Mom Donnie went to visit other other Muslims in prison because they deserve special treatment from the mayor of New York. What? He doesn't visit. Oh, so John's point, he doesn't visit injured cops in hospitals, but he'll go to the criminals. Hokel? Huh? To come back. But don't you get how, don't you see it? But is it not a movie? Are you sure? Are you sure we're not watching Trump's people make a fucking mockery of the libtards in New York?
No, they're doing it all by themselves.
I know, he says the libtards are doing it by himself. See, I got him a little bit.
Voting Democrat.
They ain't. It's there were Dominion machines processed in Puerto Rico that were distributed all over this country to cheat. If they can have a little card in your phone to do whatever shit it wants, it makes it. You don't think they could put it in voting machines?
Well, yeah, okay, but the thing about that, you're right, but here. It is more Democratic voters, high percentage of New York kids.
But only 14% voted. And let me tell you something else. 1/8 of New York is Muslim. Ah, you didn't know that one, did you? Almost 1/8. Yep. We have close to 900,000 Muslims in New York now. 900,000. And we lost maybe 3 or 4 million people there. That's right. The ones with money. My husband is a very smart man. There was a time that I used to go to 3 boroughs I lived in Brooklyn. I went to Manhattan to work, and I went to school in Staten Island, and I'd be going, got to see a lot. You don't think of it as New York as being it's beach. It's all we did not move. It's just colder. But it's still, we were on the shore. Like I would go to Shore Road weekly to go I would rollerblade. I love rollerblading. In fact, I probably still can rollerblade. I love it. Uh, I enjoy bicycle riding too, but I really loved my rollerblading. And I would do the whole dock all the way down to Caesar's Bay Bazaar for those of you from Brooklyn and back to Bay Ridge. But traveling, I would take the ferry. And it's not until you move to other parts of, possibly until you move to other parts of America that you realize how it was living in the city. But I would see the Statue of Liberty every day. I mean, I would see the Statue of Liberty every day anyhow. I mean, it was so anytime you were by the shore, you could see it. Right? You could see Ellis Island, you could see Statue of Liberty, you could see the World Trades, right? Depending where you were. Anytime I went over the Verrazano Bridge, and even John lived in Staten Island when I met him. Anytime I went over the Verrazano Bridge, you'd see the Statue of Liberty. Anytime I took that ferry from New York to Staten Island and then the bus is home, you guys have no idea. You guys that drive have no idea. I drove too. I did drive in my teens and stuff. I just stopped when I started with anxiety, which probably started not, well, no, it started in my early 20s, I said. But it really started bad in my mid 20s, late 20s, late 20s. I don't know. They say anxiety is part of being awake. I don't know if that's true. I know somebody in the chat's probably going to tell me if anybody is watching. With my luck, I'm just talking to myself. Is that Katy Perry? I don't know who the fuck that is. I am so bad with people and names and I could fucking care less. Oh, Helen's on. The longer arms, their gait, then they walk even and skull is shaped different. Right. Oh, there's so much. There's the Adonis belt. There's the Zapatroyus. Trapez Zap no wait. Trapezoius. It's trapezoius. Whatever. John is fun. Oh, you heard John? I love my husband. He's great. I bet they weren't sticking their ass up in the air while kissing the floor. How are you even making funnies, Mama? You weren't feeling well, man. And you best believe all the blacks in Rikers are being converted to Muslims. Yeah, that may be a problem. Okay. Yeah, there's a reason that they tried to make it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because Mamdani is not really a Muslim, and I'm not going to sit there and explain. Although I think I told him that Mamdani's mother was divorced, and John knows better. He absolutely knows then. He probably just forgot. Now, this is showing you. I couldn't believe what a find, right? This is a guide. They're both guys, right? Upper trapezoius. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Acromion, that's the shoulder blade, I guess, but that's where the start of the clavicle is, right? And then they're showing you lifting, shrugging the shoulders like Cher did. I just showed it to you. Activates the upper trapezoius. Trapezius? I'll figure trapezius. And elevates the clavicle collarbone. Does that look not more feminine? Do we understand how they hid things from us? They hid it I have blowjob lipstick on. Is that what's going on? Oh, I didn't know this was in here. Yeah, they believe that John Lennon and his first wife. If you looked at who was it? Was it Ono? Yoko looked like very strange lately. I don't know if it's probably not her. I don't know if I believe this. It's I would have to do a lot more studying. It's damn eerie, but I don't feel like doing that right now. Here's another one. Male to female. Even though his is going down, you see he's making a muscle. He's crunching it. But there's a humongous difference. She's doing it too, actually. It looks like she's bending her um shoulders kind of back. Can we see it though? What the hell is this? I know I have weird shit. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? Oh, oh, they're all men. Uh, I'm sorry, guys. I don't even know what I have sometimes. They're all effing men. Look, look. As pretty as they may look. Yeah, they are. That looks odd, but that's still a man. And her best buddies was Epstein. These are all dudes, right, Mama? Look at that. Look at that chin. Come on now. See, they file down the Adam's apple. They file it down. Many have gotten that done. Unreal. I don't know who I don't know. Is that Greta? So Greta got, are they saying Greta is a little boy? Got Thunderberg, whatever the fuck her name is. Sharon Stone. Oh, they're saying, okay, so this one, they're saying the cranial part is showing how male they are. Sarah Palin? Isn't that Sarah Palin? Are they saying Sarah Palin with 8 fucking children? Listen, I don't buy it all, but yeah, I could see it here. Yeah, I heard Sharon Stone before, so I could agree. This obviously is a man. I mean, what are you, stupid? Are you stupid? I mean, come on. Now, these are boys. Because when you Google it, they're high school boys from some part of frickin' Eastern Europe. Can you fucking imagine? Some of them you could tell, but not really. Not really. Now they do such a better job with these people now, right? With these kids and stuff. Look at this one has tits. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude, but it's true. What on earth? Now I know I posted these before, but I'm telling you to take another look. Take another look. She's a dude. I don't know if I'm gonna get taken down for doing this, but you know what? I don't even care. I just don't even care. See, like the crunching, right? That crunching position. That just proves it to me that they were doing it so that they could have her hair back. Because just like Michelle Obama wore her hair shoulder length a lot, which is very appropriate. Melania with the long hair, but just very appropriate. It throws off the neck. Do you guys understand? And it's simple. Look at her jawbone. Yeah, I know. Mama Helen saying, look at the jawbone. There's my husband, me and the Hawkeye.
Come on, Hooker. Mama's got boots on.
I have boots on today. Don't ask why.
Darvis shoots. No, she doesn't. She scores! Yay! Okay, yay! Mommy scored. Give mommy the game-winning ball.
Hawkeye's almost like 12. He'll be 12 this month. This is what I wanted to show you. Latest deals for you. Asimov science fiction books on sale yesterday. What? What? I'm like, I said that during the live show and I made a mistake. And this was in my notifications. My notifications, okay. Kelly Osbourne splits with her because her boyfriend knows it's a freaking man. Once she lost all that weight, listen, they might blame it on Ozempic, but it ain't Ozempic. Do you understand? It's not Ozempic. These people are dead. They're actors, right? I don't think I'll get in trouble for this because terrorists Terrence Williams is the best. I wanted to tell you guys, like, I'm seriously loving his shit. And he sells like hot sauces, dude. I was like, I had to tell Joe right away. I was like, Joe, never gonna believe it. Joe. Terrence Williams sells hot sauce. Because I mean, Joe and his family live off of hot shit. I sent him like hot monkey peanuts. They were like 13 different peppers in it, and I can't believe they were able to eat it. I couldn't. I used to love hot stuff, but I can't. My stomach can't just take it anymore. But like he has books, signatures, videos. Another, yeah, the little kid who can, which is strange. Maybe that's why I got the um idea for the boy who could with Cher. I think this is fantastic. I'm thinking of buying stock. I want to buy stock into his products. I love it. And then of course he has King Trump. Where's the King Trump? It's here somewhere. There it is, King Trump. I love it. He's got a few of these. Victory, delicious victory. I just, and apparently he was from a foster home. I did not know that, but if this right, it was something I read here or something. He went from a foster home, foster to the White House. I think that was it. Okay, let's do a little more. Ozempic seems to be all these Holly weirdos look exactly alike. Exactly. Because it's easier. Ozempic made it easier. I mean, because many of them got them because of the adrenochrome, the lack of adrenochrome. Right, Mama? So then the Ozempic just made it so much easier for everybody to be um taken and look different and be actors and whatever else. I don't know. This makes no sense to me. Neither Trump nor Netanyahu went to Budapest, Hungary for CPAC 2026. When was it? Like March? I think it was before I posted this, which seems to be 3 days ago. March 21st? Uh, I don't understand. I don't know why Trump didn't go. I honestly don't know why Trump didn't go. But I mean, I know he likes Viktor Orban. I think that's what his name is, Orban. Viktor Orban, um, from Hungary. What is he, prime minister? I don't know. But president, prime minister. But I don't know why Trump didn't go. Why didn't Netanyahu? Why didn't he go? He was supposed to be an honored speaker, I believe. Does it say it? Breaking Netanyahu has canceled his appearance at CPAC Hungary, where he was slated to speak as guest of honor. So why didn't he go? Is it because he's a bad dude? I think Rick has it right over here. The Goyim are catching on. Do you guys know what the Goyim are? Goyim are people that are not Jewish. Okay. Now that's fair to say for people that do not understand the Khazarians by now, which is absolutely freaking ridiculous. You best start understanding. This is part of our history. The history that they took away from us. The African Bible. All the Bibles go together. I don't care if you're Muslim. The Quran matches up in certain ways, not all of it, not all of it, with the Hebrew Bible, which matches up with the Christian Bible. So what happened to the African Bible, not the Muslim Bible, right? Because they weren't Muslim. Just because Somalia is, doesn't mean everybody in South Africa or Africa are Muslim. Such an itch. I bet it's one of my furs. Um, it doesn't make sense. And when it doesn't make sense, it most likely isn't true. They took and hid that Bible. And I guarantee there's even more Bibles. Maybe an Asian one. I mean, Asia always had Buddha, parts of Asia. They all became Muslimified. Pakistan, uh, India, got Egypt. I mean, I just don't understand how we let all this get out of control. Now, this I mentioned earlier. How can you not believe that these are sick freaking individuals collecting baby parts? Did you really think that they just destroyed them or something? They just threw them in a fire, had them cremated? What happened? Did anybody ask? Did any of these pregnant women ask what happened to what happens after they take your pee out? Pee, as in, because most of these women will go to them within the month that they know that they're pregnant. I'm not going to say all of them, maybe 50, 60%. And they know that they're pregnant because of an accident or something that happened, and they want help right away. But yet, Planned Parenthood makes you wait. I know this. I know this for fact. I mean, from other friends and whatever, I've seen it. Been around the block, guys. And it's disgusting. Oh, well, unless you go to a private doctor or something, then you go to a Planned Parenthood. No, 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 no. We need that baby to grow more, or else that won't cover one meal. Meal. Disgusting. Meal. The only reason you voted against voter ID, because you want to cheat. No other reason. Perfect. Beautiful. That was a good one, Joe. Hope you guys realize Joe puts up some of the memes by now. Who is Mega Man? Is he cute or is he a baddie? Of course, we know rhinos. Ice agents are. I love it. This was great. Thank you, Mama Helen. I don't know why, but feather dusters seem to have been a hit. This makes no sense to me at all. Like Netanyahu not going to Hungary. Mitch McConnell? Are you serious? CCP guy himself. Mr. Hidden Turtle Head. Voted yes to advance the Save America Act. Is it an act upon an act? We shouldn't even have to have Save America Act. You do realize this. There shouldn't ever have to be this. We're forced into doing it because of people like him and the left. It's an act. That's what I'm trying to say. How does Mamdani go to a jail with the Muslims and people are, oh, well, that's okay. Go to the criminals and not the ones that the criminals shot, which are the good guys. This is fantastic. If we know this shit, do it. God bless this woman. She is my second favorite judge in the world. Right. You know what? I'll even put her right on the side of Judge Judy, and I know Mama will appreciate that because Judge Judy had, Mama had Judge Judy um a judge one time for, I believe it had something to do with child support. Bad husband. Melania, anything you do with the children, I love you, 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 I love you. I'm sorry I never watched your movie. I might. I'm just not, I don't watch anything. If it's over 10 minutes long, it's like, no. Then I'd have to do it in like sections. I like I always liked, my husband would always pick me out, documentaries or true stories because he knows I always appreciate it more than any movie ever. No, I love sci-fi, but yet Carl Sagan over sci-fi any fucking day. You know, that's just how it is. Good. I mean, good. Why should they get, are they fucking, Winchester? You stop that. Come here. He's ripping the, you want this? You want this? It's coming. He likes ripping the paper towels. And these Florida kitchens are like, there's like a buffet. So we have in the condos, especially the condos have buffets a lot. Um, and he's able to get up on there from my dining room table. Joe and I were just laughing at this hysterically. I just it's like it's very similar to like one of my favorite colors, you know? And it's penis shaped. What else? I wonder if John saw that. These people are alive. Supposedly, I'm not. Lee, I heard, turned into a lady. I don't know why. Of course, Heath Ledger, Robin Williams, Joan Rivers. This guy, I can't remember his name, but they said that he jumped off a bridge and committed suicide. He was coming out with everything. I have him on video yet. I don't know, 7, 8 years ago. Saying stuff about Hollywood, certain things like Mel Gibson would say, giving away secrets and saying stuff like shit that went on. For some reason, Leonardo DiCaprio comes to mind about him eating human flesh. I think they have that on in pictures or something. And then 2 weeks later, he killed himself or something like that. I can't remember the poor guy's name. Mama, do you know? See, dead men are still alive, still voting. Dead men are still voting him. Lee is working on George magazine? I could believe that. I don't think he's dead either, Mama. The kid, I can't remember his name. I don't even know who he is, but he was coming out. I remember having videos of him coming out saying all this stuff, and people knew who he was. I'm terrible with Hollywood. I mean, I'm lucky to know Sean Penn, but you know, he's the age when I was still watching TV. Uh, and his girlfriend boyfriend thing. She is a model. It goes by being a she, but obviously is a he. Now, I don't know what happened. Wasn't Sean Penn in Ukraine doing a movie on the Ukraine war? What happened to that? These people just fucking up and disappear, man. I don't have to go through this. We know the crap that Biden has said. And I don't know why. I really don't understand why. But I remember hearing the time that he talked about the pool incident and the children touching his legs and the hair going up and all that shit. Why this is forgotten. But he also called black kids roaches. Black children, I believe. How did you forget this? Where did this go? Why wasn't it ever touched by any mainstream media? He did indeed call black children roaches. I am not losing my mind. I heard it with my own two ears, even though we do sign, Joe and I. We can still hear perfectly. This isn't obvious. Make no mistake about it. He was a shit stain, but more. This is so true. The more we stand with Trump, the more they hate us. But that's part of the TDS. All right, guys. Now this, I wasn't sure this was going to be such a long live, but hell, why not? The Serpent Cathedral and its altar. This is the Pope's audience hall in the Vatican. What the fuck does that look like to you? I keep saying it. You don't have to be an artist. You seriously don't see that evil structure? And the evil structure below it? That's not Jesus. Who portrays Jesus like that in this structure? Who? Who? I have never. And for it to be in the fucking Vatican? I'm the like least religious person. Never would I humiliate Christ like that. And this isn't a great picture, but in different look, this looks like a man. This looks like a man like being tortured and pulled. This looks like some kind of vulture. These look like people in pain. A web of people surrounding Jesus. Why would people be in pain around Jesus Christ? Besides that, in different pictures, different positions, perspectives, you can absolutely see a serpent's head, which is Christ's hair. Whoever predicted Christ's hair up? It's always down. What is he fucking flying? People, wake the fuck up. These are Satanists that took over. That is the ugliest tiling in the world. That is the ugliest shit I have ever seen. And that is in our Vatican? Where's all the stained glass? Where's the beauty? Where's the windows, the outsides? This wasn't created hundreds and hundreds of years ago, not this part. I should triple check everything, but come on, people. So this is supposedly true. The Treasury Department has announced that President Trump's signature will appear on future U.S. paper currency this year. U.S. paper currency this year. It's not currency. This is the first time that a sitting president will ever appear on the U.S. paper currency. The purpose of this to honor America's 250th anniversary. No, it's not. We are going to change our currency. This is probably where they're getting the Nasera thing is coming in. Nasera is already effective. It's just not effective to us yet. It has to be. They have to have it in. It would have to be in plan, I'd say, years before it even comes out. This is fantastic, though, and poor people are going to be holding Trump. You're going to have Trump in your hands. I'm going to go get some fresh coffee. What does Mama say? That's the head of the snake in the Vatican. Yes, Mom. I'm going to get coffee. I'll be right back. We're going to talk about this next, about our beautiful Congress, what a waste they are. What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you get up and walk out on me? Lend me your ear and I'll sing you a song. And I'll try not to sing out of key. So, I don't know where that came from. The Senate left for vacation without passing the Save America Act. Now, these people, first of all, do not deserve paid vacation. Let's get that straight out. Boom. Second of all, we don't need them. Bye, Congress. We don't need you no more. Maybe there should be a new constitutional amendment getting rid of Congress and maybe having, the same amount as they do in like the MLB of divisions. I'm guessing it's about what, 15? You know what I mean? These people are overpaid, underworked, pieces of shit that don't represent their constituents at all. They're voted in, most likely, illegally. Get rid of them. We don't need them. We have what we call the internet. I can talk across the sea to anybody I want. I can most definitely give my opinion, which we do. We do every day, and they see it. You don't think they know who is mega in this country? They know. AI can definitely. Oh, she's talking about Sean Penn being a man. Don't say I'm not right. Dating a man, I should have said. What is that, John? Giggly goo? Goggly goo. Bagok. Big goggles. I'm almost done anyhow. I'm so tired now. Bugger, you want to come say hi? You want to say hi? Actually, I showed you today. I showed us playing basketball. I didn't show you. I just showed me and Puppy. Well, I wouldn't show you because,
Appreciate
you appreciate you're handsome.
that.
But you're very handsome.
Thank you.
Fucking handsome. Man, I want you.
Well, I told you today.
You said what earlier today? I'm still live, It's hysterical. Look, John, if we didn't laugh, we'd be crying, right? I always say that. I'll come out for next walkies. I'm pretty much done anyhow. There was something else. This is hysterical, guys. What a good times roll. I'm renaming it the National Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Imagine the fake news having to say the nice agents every single time. I love it. Mama Helen, I don't know if you've seen this. We have definitely spoken about Ashton Kutcher. I believe you told me he divorced the little Ukrainian girl. I can't remember her name from, the 70s show. I think he had children with her. But before that, we know that he was dating or with Demi Moore or married her. I don't know. And Demi was Mama says it's a man. I would say most definitely a man. Demi Moore. To find out, this is Purple Protocol. You guys are getting a preview. Epstein's victim reveals Ashton Kutcher murdered Brittany Murphy to protect elite pedophile ring. Does this sound familiar? Have we heard about elite pedophile rings before? I don't know. Investigators probing the Epstein files have turned their focus towards Hollywood celebrities. Celebrities and celebrity Ashton Kutcher, as distributing information surfaces about his ties to a massive blackmail and murder machine running through Hollywood. How how many people have to say this? Where else does this news have to come from? Until the bigger news picks it up. Until it goes viral. Until at least 90 effing percent of American adults understand. And I don't even care if they're 18, I mean 20, 25 and above. We are talking about a series of high-profile unveilings. Forget, I don't know what that word doesn't make sense. Unveilings, there's no such word. Including two of his girlfriends, one of whom was the actress Brittany Murphy. I really believe that they did this to Jim Carrey. Mama Helen thinks Jim Carrey, I think, is not good. The reason I bring it up is why people think differently is because I want you to understand not even conspiracists know the whole truth. We don't know everything. All right. But I tend to think Jim Carrey's a good guy. He was delving into it. They killed his girlfriend. He grew up in a very poor, bad life, according to Mama Helen. Like, his parents were terrible. He lived in his car, blah, blah, blah. That's why he was able to laugh. He could be a great actor and pretended to have hated Trump. I don't know. I believe he played Biden. All the time, maybe not, but he did play Biden maybe a fifth of the time. I don't know. But he fell like Biden fell. This is hysterical. Bill got a pie in the face from Noel Gordon, I think his name is, as a protest to his immense corporate power. Not just him, but people in general like him. Capitalists, basically, because this guy knew something, this Noel. The guy that destroyed Waco, he knew something. Blew up Waco, rather. Oh my God, I look like I can go on a spacecraft myself. It's silver. I like playing with makeup. At least it's not permanent. You know, these people are fooled too simply, very simply lately. Like there was this Asian girl with the whole body tattooed up, including her fingers and everything. Uh, and this guy is like, "Isn't this disgusting?" And another guy is like showing his tattoos. Why is this disgusting? And I don't care if it's disgusting or not. I mean, to each their own. You want to fucking tat up your body, fine. It turns green and black. Why would you do that? It's one thing to a little bit here and there. I do fake shit all the time. I tap my body. I have shit all over the place. But um stop. These people did not get fresh tattoos within the year. You take a good look at these AI works, or they could be bodysuits. Believe you me, they have bodysuits that will go all around, even above the face. So, but if you see fresh ink from head to toe, then you're an idiot. How long have you been alive that you know somebody for 10 years that their tattoo has not darkened? And do you think somebody went through all that pain from here to their ankles or feet or whatever in a year or so? People, use your fucking brains. I mean, I just like the art. I'm talking about the arts because it's getting very hard to tell. I even have to stop a couple of times and I'm like, my logic has to kick in first. And then you have to see it. All right, so we talked about Trump and the TSA. Oh, that'll go on to next time. Remember, Mama, we started talking about the milk cartons, and I started thinking, remember, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? I think I put that up somewhere. I also want to go back over the Titanic. I'm gonna go and research more, look through my phone for all the pictures and stuff because I messed that up pretty bad. But I do remember it was not the sister ship, it was the actual ship. They did not make the Titanic new, they used the old ship, and there were pictures proving this. And I remember thinking at that time that those pictures weren't fake, and the panelings on the side of the ship were not new. So I do have a lot of pictures and references to the Titanic not being up to par to begin with, lied about to begin with. The last thing I just want to mention, right? I mean, this is crazy, but we constantly try to keep up with the Joneses. We constantly try to pay our taxes, get our kids into school, have the best education for them. We try to work our best. We try to do our best. We try to stay healthy. We try to Nobody sits and really thinks, where the fuck did we come from? We got prayer, we got church. We're used to doing that on the side too. We got our communions and our confirmations, and it's a big deal and it's a welcoming to God. But did you really did you really ever sit there and think? When did you start living life and not realize that we were alive? And how is this possible? We're so deeply involved with our daily routines and what we have to do and what we want to do and what we want to accomplish. We don't even know where the fuck we came from. It's easy to just say, well, God created us. I'm sorry. That's too easy. And I said it the other day, perhaps God created us. I tend to agree with this. But he's so far removed from what's going on now. And maybe he can't help it. Maybe because we've been saying good, as I said the other day, which is the devil's term as the Lord, instead of saying Yahweh. What if that's true? Maybe we're keeping Yahweh away from us by praying to a fake god, the devil. I just don't buy anything anymore. Are we done with walkies? I'm just done with my show. I was on long, huh? Was I on, was I on a long time? You came down like 3 times. Oh, fuck, I was a pain in the butt, he says. You want to say hello, Hawkeye, before I say goodbye? Come here, puppy. Come say hello. Huh. They can't see him. Oh, no, they can't see you, puppy. There he is. Oh, that's wet. Oh, does he like my makeup? Hawkeye says, good evening, everyone. And John too, right, John?
Good evening, everyone.
You guys, take care now. It's always fun. Well, we try. Yeah, well,